Avatar was one of the most popular films of 2009, and due to the success of the film, it's been revealed that Avatar will have 5 films altogether. With James Cameron as film director, it will be interesting for us as the audience to see what direction he takes the film in from the ending of the last one. Even though Avatar was the highest-grossing movie for 10 years, it seemed a mystery as to how it got to that position, because at the time of release, it wasn't even named as the #1 film of 2009, with only a 7.8 out of 10 in reviews. The film had a variety of different actors involved, a couple of whom were well known before the release of Avatar. Alongside the cast, we have James Cameron, who not only directed but wrote the screenplay for Avatar, but Cameron also wrote scripts for several other well-known films like Alita: Battle Angel. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and comment down below if you're excited to see Avatar 2, the beginning of Avatar. James Cameron had been working on the idea for Avatar for a lot longer than it appears to his audience. Cameron had the idea for the world-renowned film years before he actually managed to write the screenplay for the movie. Cameron states that he actually first came up with the idea for this sci-fi movie when he was a child, but as the years went on, Cameron decided that he was going to pursue the idea. In 1994, Cameron officially wrote the script for what we now know as Avatar. Cameron's film didn't make it to the big screen until 15 years later, on December 17, 2009. Cameron only wanted to pursue his dream of creating Avatar once there were significant advancements in facial performance and character and animation. The creation of Avatar. Avatar began filming for the big screen in October 2007. Filming for Avatar took place in Wellington, New Zealand and Los Angeles, California. Filming, or rather motion capture and live action photography, was scheduled to take 31 days in each of these locations. To make Avatar the way they wanted, Cameron had to make sure they had enough time for motion capture and live action photography, the animation and visual effects process, the music and soundtrack, the linguistic training, and so much more. Luckily, the cast and crew started visualizing and conceptualizing details of the film early on, so they had enough time for everything to be completed. From January to April 2006, Cameron worked on the script and developed a culture for the film's aliens, the Na'vi. Their language was created by Dr. Paul Fromer, a linguist at USC, with around 30 words added to the language by Cameron himself. Avatar may be a high-grossing movie, but the budget used for this film was around $237 million. The cast, however, seemed to be earning a decent amount off the sci-fi film, with lead actors Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington earning somewhere between $4.5 and $12 million for their lead roles in the film. Although their salaries were never publicly released, it's estimated this is what they earned when taking into account that Cameron most probably earned the most from the entire film. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos about luxury. Avatar's success. Avatar set a lot of box office records, while the majority of which now have been surpassed by other films. Avatar still managed to set a lot of records during 2009 and still remains one of the biggest movies that the box office ever saw. The most noticeable records that Avatar set are highest grossing film, now surpassed by Avengers: EndGame, highest grossing 2009 release, highest opening weekend gross for a non-franchise, non-sequel film, and fastest movie to gross $1 billion, now surpassed by Furious 7. Before Avatar graced the big screen, Titanic 1997 was the film to beat, with it having set a lot of records that then got beaten by Avatar. Titanic had set the highest grossing film, highest grossing non-sequel, fastest movie to gross $1.5 billion. Titanic had a budget of $200 million, whereas we know that Avatar had a budget of $237 million. Overall, the first Avatar made around $2.789 billion in the box office and $242 million from what was made from the opening weekend. It took Avatar just 72 days, around 2.5 months, to make $2.5 billion from the movie. Avatar didn't just make a lot from box office sales, because once DVD and Blu-ray came out to the public, it was in very high demand, as around 19.7 million units of Avatar on Blu-ray and DVD were sold. The estimated domestic DVD sales were reported to be around $209 million, and the estimated domestic Blu-ray sales were around $222 million, which takes the estimated total of domestic video sales to $429 million. The Avatar franchise. Avatar as a whole is supposed to get around 5 films in the entire franchise. Currently, they're filming all of them, but the second film is supposed to be released next year, on the 17th of December, 2021. However, although this is the current release date, there have been many delays and revisions to the release dates of the next 4 films. Although Avatar 1 had an astonishingly high budget, Avatar 2 has been reported to have a budget of $1 billion, which would mean that Avatar 2 could have the biggest budget of any film ever produced and published. Due to the boost in budget budget for the second film, the budget for the next 3 films is also reported to be $1 billion. But due to Cameron's big ideas, the budget for the next 3 films could easily go up to accommodate Cameron's wishes. The cast of the next 4 films is supposed to include actors from the first film, but as time goes on, we don't know if the actors could have other commitments. The reason that the Avatar films were taking so long to come out is because, as with the first film, they have to go through the entire process again, and of course the filming locations for the next 3 films haven't been released currently, so we don't know how long it may take to get motion capture and audio recordings, and we don't know how many locations each film has. If all of these films manage to release when they say, and they have the budget that's reported or a bigger one, then that would mean that the Avatar franchise will turn out to be the most expensive set of franchise films released to the public. Nobody knows how popular the films will stay in the next coming years, so the next few Avatar films might not make as much revenue as the first film. As for the sale of Blu-ray and DVDs, we don't know how much those will make for the next films. Avatar 2 has started filming for the release next year, and they chose the main location. Cameron and the crew for the film entered production and started preliminary shooting on August 15, 2017 on Manhattan Beach, California. Avatar 1 broke a lot of box office records for a non-sequel film, but the way things are looking for the next film set in the franchise, the next 4 films will undoubtedly break some more box office records. Avatar 1 has become one of the most renowned films shown during the 2000s. As for being one of the best science fiction films, that's debatable, because a lot of people online say that they felt the film was immersive and they thought it was and will continue to be one of the best science fiction films. But of course, with any popular film, there's a lot of criticism behind it. I wonder what the rest of the Avatar franchise will bring to the film industry. And that about does it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss a video from us.